Okay, sorry about that. This is part 2 for the review for Wednesday's review questions. Question that says, Tommy's printer prints 70 pages in 2 hours. At that rate, how many pages would Tommy's printer print in 6 hours? So we know that in 2 hours time, Tommy's printer prints 70 pages. So I wrote this as a rate, 70 pages to 2 hours. And then over here, I said, okay, I know my units need to be the same. So I need pages in the top, hours in the bottom. And then I want to know how many it prints in 6 hours. So instead of 2 hours, I now want to know 6 hours. This up here is what I don't know. So what am I doing to go from 2 to 6? I'm multiplying by 3. If I multiply the denominator by 3, I also have to multiply the numerator by 3. So 7 times 3 is 21. And then I'm just going to put my 0 on the end since I'm multiplying by 10. So 210 pages in 6 hours. Number 7 is multiplying decimals. Remember, when we multiply decimals, we do not have to line the decimals up. So I'm going to go ahead and do 32 4/10 times 5 6/10. Now, my decimals are lined up here. They do not have to be. When I multiply, I like to line actually my digits up. So if you see how they're lined up there. Okay, I need to multiply this 6 by everything up here. So 6 times 4 is 24, carry my 2. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 2 is 14. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 1 is 19. Okay, now I need to multiply my 5 by everything at the top. But before I can do that, since I'm jumping over a place value, I have to put a 0 for a placeholder. So now I can multiply. 5 times 4 is 20. Here's my 0. I'm going to carry my 2. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. Please make sure that your numbers are lined up here. Okay, I'm going to add them. 4 plus 0 is 4. 4 plus 0 is 4. 9 plus 2 is 11. 6 plus 2 is 8. And then this one here. Now, how do I know where my decimal goes? I'm going to count up here. There, the numbers that I multiplied. There's one place here after the decimal. And there's one place here after the decimal. So a total of 2 places I need to move my decimal over. My decimal right now is, you can't see it, it's kind of imaginary, but if I put one in, it'd be right there. I need to move it over 2 places to the left. So 1, 2. There's my answer. Okay. Again, multiplying decimals, your decimals do not have to be lined up. Number 8, it says evaluate the expression. So we have 6 times the quantity of 5p plus 7. If you recall, this is using the distributive property. I'm going to distribute the 6 to everything inside my parentheses. So I'm going to do 6 times 5p, which is going to give me 30p. I'm going to carry my sign down, which is addition. And then I'm now going to take 6 times 7, which would give me 42. So here, I just evaluated this. I cannot put my 30p and 42 together since they are not like terms. So this would be my answer here. Number 9, it gives you a coordinate point. I'm just going to make one up real quick. -3, 4. And it says what quadrant would that be in? So if you recall the coordinate plane right here, we have quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I went ahead and I put the signs in of the coordinates. So if you look here, my x coordinate is going to be negative, and my y is going to be positive. So negative, positive will be quadrant 2. Okay. Last but not least is a question on absolute value. Okay, remember these are your signs for absolute value. They ask how far is that number from 0? What is the distance from that number, -8, to 0? And distance is always positive. So how far is negative 8 from 0? 8. How far is 8 from 0? 8. How far is negative 2 from 0? 2. How far is 2 from 0? 2. You'll notice that opposite numbers have the same absolute value. Okay. One thing you need to keep in mind when you're doing absolute value is that absolute value does not mean opposite. Absolute value, again, is how far away is that number from 0 on the number line.